Hey everyone, so just out for a run. I spotted that little fella in one of the trees. This is a rainforest quite close to the village, so you don't see them enough here because they're cutting down trees and stuff, so it's not good. I was getting a feeling whilst I was running that I wanted to do a video about something, and now I've seen that little guy. I've stood still. I can feel it coming up inside me, so it shouldn't take me long to speak about it. So I want to do a video on the idea that humans, they ride ride's a strange word. Yeah, they ride the messenger in life a lot of the time instead of the message. So what I mean by that is instead of listening to the message being given by a person, they choose to focus on the person and think that that person is the answer. And they're not. A person is never the answer. A person might be able to guide you to just how special and wonderful you are as a human being. To be able to wake up and look inside yourself to find what it is that you're seeing in a person that you want to touch yourself, or that you want to express yourself or experience yourself. So I see this in Christianity a lot, and others too. Even Buddhism falls for the same problem. And what they do is they ride the messenger instead of the message. So I have a little thing that I said to a friend a long time ago back in the UK when he was talking about Jesus, or Yeshua as his true historical name is. And he said to me, I said to him, sorry, my head's a bit from running. I said to him, it's as if Jesus left a book on how to ride a bicycle. So everyone saw these instructions and they felt inside them that this is definitely the way that you should ride a bicycle, is to follow these instructions. But what happened was, instead of following the instructions, and going to look for a bicycle, people decided to start riding the book and to start riding the man himself who left the message. So they never went out and found their bicycle and followed his instructions on how to ride the bicycle. They jumped on his back and rode the man instead. Not all, but most. Most people who are straight line religious folks, they say the only way to be saved is through this man coming through the clouds on a horse, which is just utterly ridiculous. We know that doesn't happen. Why do these things not happen on the world anymore? Is it because they finished writing the book? You know what I mean? So obviously what I mean by bicycle is life. So Jesus wrote a book on how you can be in tune and within your life, how you can be the light being, embodying this physical body that you can be and express yourself fully. And this is what we are supposed to do. We are not supposed to ride the messenger. You're not supposed to worship the messenger. You're supposed to follow what they taught and become as they are. If it's what you want to do, of course. You know, if they're not giving a good message, then don't follow them. Don't follow what they're saying. But don't focus on the person. Don't focus on Jesus. It's the same in Buddhism. Everyone worships an idol of Buddha, with the big belly, which Buddha didn't have a fat belly, by the way. Buddha's just, the fat belly represents deep breathing. It's allegorical representation of the man they call Buddha. But again, a lot of people don't go into his teachings enough. It's not as bad in Buddhism at all, but a lot of people sit with a Buddha in front of them and they sometimes ask Buddha for help. Will you do this for me? Will you do that for me? And he and Jesus said the same thing, to go inside yourself and find the help yourself. That's what they said. They didn't say call out to the sky for me to come and solve your problems, because they don't come. If they did, then why all the millions of Christians who have been screaming at the sky for Jesus to come and end wars and suffering and poverty for as long as they have? Why hasn't he come bounding through the clouds on a horse? Has he forgot you? No, it's because it's an allegory. It's not lit. So I myself have a spiritual message that people are hearing, and my spiritual message is what I've learned through life, through meditation, and through the teachings of other men who have lived on this planet who left spiritual teachings behind as well. People like Yeshua or the Buddha, or people, even more modern persons like Alan Watts, the greats like Socrates, Plato, Pythagoras. All these people I've learned from what they've left behind, and I couldn't have learned that with my carnal mind. I had to go inside and meditate and change the way that I interact with my present moment. Otherwise you get it wrong. Otherwise you make mistakes. I think there's another monkey around, sorry. Otherwise you make mistakes when you're trying to interpret these books, and you end up with these literal translations that don't make any sense to anybody, and they don't help anybody. So I myself do have a message, but if you see something in me that you want to touch, it's because you want to do it yourself. You need to go inside and bring that out of yourself, as I did. I'm just a normal man. I'm just a normal guy, and a lot of people keep contacting me and asking me questions about, how do you feel that love that you talk about? Well, I can tell you now that in my life, once over, I was a manic depressant. And a lot of you are not going to you're going to struggle to believe that, I know. But I suffered from depression in my late teens, and it was a deep depression. I tried to harm myself. And I mention this because so many people are asking me, who are struggling like that at the moment, be it with drugs, be it with problems in life. Oh dear, it's a fly, you might hear. Problems in their life, they suffered a trauma and they're not coping. And that's what happened to me. I suffered a trauma and I just didn't have the coping mechanisms in place. I hadn't built my ark. As the story of Noah's Ark goes, you build your ark in meditation, and the dual natures, the animals go in 2 by 2. And when you build that ark, when the flood comes, when the storm comes, you have a place of refuge. And I hadn't been told how to build my ark. And we are not told that as children in the West, unfortunately. And part of me, from my other research, feels that that's actually done on purpose, to keep us trapped inside that carnal mind, because if you're trapped inside that carnal mind, you're a very obedient consumer of capitalism and the things that the elite push upon you. So, but that's for another story. So we're not taught how to do this, but obviously I now know how to create my ark. And I've worked on strengthening my ark, my place of refuge in meditation and my connection to God for many years. And it didn't come overnight. It wasn't easy to do. And there's not a magical switch you can click in your body that's going to sort it out. It's a work in progress. And it always will be for you. Even now I do feel I have quite a lot of spiritual and psychological and mental stamina as a person. And physical now as well, due to the dietary choices and exercise regimes I follow. But even now I feel pressure in Tanzania, given the life, fly went my ear again, given the life I lead and the amount of people calling on me for support. sometimes I too get buckled. Sometimes I need to go away and work on my arc. It's not always going to be there 100% for you, but it can be there 80, 90% in my experience. But that's the story of the Buddha and the Bodhisattva. The Buddha goes and sits in the forest and spends this time in nirvana 100% of the time. The Bodhisattva can't do that. The Bodhisattva must return to humanity once they've touched it and tell them how to do it themselves. So I myself, I couldn't be comfortable sitting in a forest in nirvana for the rest of my life. So I guess I would say I follow the Bodhisattva path, so if that's how you fully pronounce it. Forgive my northern accent if I haven't done credit to that word. So, the message is to go inside yourself. And it's nice to sit and have your mind taken over by information on the internet. But when you do, and it stimulates something in you, and you go, ooh, something in the core of me wanted to hear that, and needed to hear that. Something in me needs this. Then when you step away, go inside yourself. And you need to be clever how you do that. Don't go inside yourself after you've had a huge meal of sugary and caffeine food, because your brain's going to be overly stimulated and you're not going to find peace and you're not going to find your centre, because you've got sugar rushing through your brain, you've got caffeine rushing through your brain, and you're not going to come into your centre, into your core as easily. So, start learning things like that. I suppose I should do videos about this, about meditation and when you should do it, like trying to do it with an empty stomach or after exercise and stuff like this, because it's surprising how people shovel food in their mouths and then don't realise that they're constantly fueling what is often a brain which is malfunctioning because it's been inside the system so long, watching TV and all this weird music and media, and you're fueling it, so it's just recycling everything. So sometimes you need to work to take that out, to clear your subconscious, to clean your glass, as I say in my meditation video. So, okay. I can hear monkeys jumping around all over, I can't see them. It's really annoying. Anyway, I'm going to get off and do my run now. So, yeah. Don't ride the messengers in life. Ride the message. Because what you see in another human being is no different to what's existing inside you. If you see something in someone and you say, wow, look at that, I want to know how they did that, then how they did that exists in you. That's why people like Jesus and Buddha came to the earth. That's why spiritual messengers come to the planet. Not to say how great they are, but they come to tell you how great you are. They come to say, look, what I found inside myself, why don't you go and find it inside yourself as well? Like I say, sometimes it takes some time to find. Sometimes we have a lot more stuff to clear away before we can find it than other people. But you can find it. And then you can become the magnificent human being that we all are. So, okay, bye.
In a previous birth, way before the rain, I fell into the well and I remember the name. I heard it from a bird who was without a cage. It was a mystical song and I continued to bathe always. It's like my vision was painted. I heard the thunder, saw an angel and fainted. I awoke in the forest with seeds to sow, and now I sing the song of the arrow and bow. So take me to that palace that is covered in gold. Give me visions like that woman who was turned into stone. The fables are endless, the lion is tame. The symphony was hidden deep inside of his mane. I must have been here before. for you. The oracle speaking, he covered the cracks, and now the essence ain't leaking. All the halos appear. It is righteousness only. All the water becomes holy with my Baba Neem Karola. This is Sita Rama. Come sing upon my soul. This is Radhi Shama. Come to take me home. Tell him I'll wash it down like rain. Tell him I'll break it out that frame. No more weavers of the world. We're now weavers of the name. Okay, Rapriya heard it. Now he's drunk off the culture. He walked into the stars. He said goodbye to the vultures. Goodbye to the vultures. All your wings they are missing. The story of the king still sings. Come and listen. Listen.